Hi everyone, how's everybody doing? This is Raghu Rajaguru with Royal LePage Ignite. Thank you so much for joining me yet again for another monthly market report. We're going to be looking at month of May. The Toronto Real Estate Board just released its numbers. So let's break it down for you. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to look at the overall picture of what happened in the Toronto Real Estate Board because obviously the region, all 5 regions, including Toronto, were really big. And it doesn't really make sense to compare what has happened on the east and west. I had a request last time from a subscriber that, hey, can you break it down regionally? It would be better for people who live in that region. So I said, sure, why not? It's a little bit more work, but I did do it this time. So let's take a look at it. We broke it down into Toronto, then we have Durham region, then we have Peel region and York region, just to see what's happening regionally in these areas. So to start off, I got some good news. Just to let you know, the Bank of Canada did not change the overnight exchange rate. Now, what does this mean as a homeowner to you? If you're carrying a mortgage, the variable rates are not going up nor down, but possibly they might be coming down. There's talk that if the Federal Reserves on their next day do bring the interest rate down, then therefore we'll follow suit as well, but only time will tell. But most likely it'll remain where it is right now. So if you're carrying a variable mortgage, that's good news for you. Or if you have a fixed mortgage and it's coming up for renewal, that's also good news for you. So let's start with Toronto. I do have a link of the image right down below. You can click on it and you can follow through. The numbers might look a little bit intimidating, but trust me, if you understand what I'm talking about here, you will understand the market overall because it's very simple, and this pretty much puts it in perspective for you. So overall in sales, if you look at the top left corner, we had about 3,715 sales in the Toronto region. That's a 416 region. That's up 13% from last year's same time. That's incredible. The average price also notched up to $938,000, and that's up 8%. So to own a home, the average price that you're looking at is about $938,000 in the region of Toronto. So that's pretty incredible. The sales for the detached segment. So I'm just gonna go through the detached segment really quickly, and obviously after going through it, you will get what these numbers mean and what they represent, and you can do it for semi townhouses, condo townhouses, and the apartment condos. So for the detached segment, we had about 1,180 homes sell. That went up 30% from last year. So same time last year, 30% less sold. Now we have 30% more homes selling in the detached segment. That's incredible because the detached segment is one of the segments that have been lagging, and I think it finally settled down in terms of price, and a lot of people are getting into the market or they're upsizing and they realize that the disparity in price is not so high, so they're getting into the market, which is a good thing. Active listings also went up. Obviously sales go up, there's a little bit more homes in the market, but not to the point where the market is flooded, because the months of inventory, which is the next story, actually went down. So for the detached segment in Toronto, we have about 2.1 months of inventory, which is a seller's market. 0 to 4 months of inventory is a seller's market. 4 to 6, we have a balanced market. And then anything over 6 months, the higher it gets, the aggressive it gets towards a buyer's market. So to give you an example, in the greater Vancouver area, the detached segments is in the buyer's market territory. I believe 10 to 11 months of inventory. So if you're looking to move to Vancouver right now, would be a good time to cash out here and go there. The average price for a detached home in Toronto is $1.38 million. So you got to have about 1.4, if not a little bit more, to buy a detached home in Toronto. That went up 1%. Not statistically significant. Probably you can say that it remained around the same price range that was last year. That was May 2018. So another thing that I kind of noticed and thought that was really peculiar is that the condo segment, if you look at the condo apartment, the very last one, the sales did not increase, and also the prices went up 7%. So as you can see, the double-digit increase in the condo segment over the last maybe 8 months or 8 months ago has definitely subsided, and it is going up still, but people have come to a level where it's like, do I pay this much for a condo, or do I move a little bit further and buy a semi or condo townhouse perhaps for the same price? And they're making that choice where they're either moving into the suburbs, which is on the other side. We have Halton region, Peel region, York region, or we have Durham region, obviously. So for that reason, the double-digit increases in the condo apartment segments have subsided in terms of average price. Okay, so let's move on to the next region. Again, follow the image. We're talking about Durham region now. Durham region phenomenally well again. About 1,176 homes sold in Durham region. That's 28% up compared to last year. The average price is about 622,000. That's also 4% up. So as you can see, the detached segment for Durham region, 805 homes sold. We're 22% up from last year. The months of inventory is at 2.3. It actually went down, which is good. So when it goes down, the months of inventory, it's moving towards the seller's market. And the average price of a detached home in Durham region is $680,000, right? So we have 1.34 in Toronto region, and we have $680,000 in Durham region. Isn't that incredible? And then you're looking at anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes drive, depending on where you want to live in Durham region. Obviously, the closer you live to Toronto, the more expensive detached homes are. But if you come to Ajax or even like Whitby, you can probably grab a decent home for $650,000 to $700,000, right? That's what's happening. So you can follow the rest, semi townhouses, condo townhouses, and we have the condo apartments on your own. And I will move on to the next region. We have the Peel region next, about 2162, so 2,162 homes sold in Peel region. That's up 20% compared to the same time last year. The average price is about $754,000, up about 2.5% compared to the same time last year. Now we have the detached homes. The segment sold about 973, so almost 50%. So about 40% of the entire sales is always detached. That's about right for every region, and that went up about 15% in sales, which is incredible. Again, active listings, however, in the Peel region went down for Peel region, which is good because less inventory, more sales means the prices are going up, and that's exactly what happened. So if you want to buy a detached home in Peel region, it's going to cost you about $962,000, well below the 1.34, but obviously a little bit more than the Durham region. So we have about 3%. That went up about 3%, and the months of inventory is at 2.0. So it's actually better than the Toronto region. Peel region, in terms of months of inventory, we're doing better than the Toronto region. So people are buying detached home in Peel region. Let it be Brampton, we have Caledon or Mississauga, wherever it is, people are buying detached homes. So you can follow the rest, segment homes, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. Let's go to the last region that we have for our report over here, and it's York region. So in total in York region, there was about 1,531 homes that sold for the month of May, and incredibly, it's 24% up. York region in the last couple of months, I should say maybe 6-7 months ago, was lagging behind just because of the price points and everything, but it's good to see that the region is very stable now, and the sales went up about 24%. The average price is about $930,000. It's down 1%. However, I think if the sales remain at this pace, that gap is going to be covered. So we have the detached segment, about 877 homes sold in the detached segment. That's a 31% increase. That's a 31% increase. I believe this is one of the highest increase for that segment in any region. So that's very good news for York Region. And we had active listings. That means available listings of detached segment went down, which is good because when active listings go down, the average price goes up. However, in this case, we were a little bit off. That could be a monthly anomaly. The average price is about $1.1 million. It came down about 3%. However, I shouldn't say however, the months of inventory actually still remains in the balanced market sector. It's about at 4.2 months of inventory, although it came down a little bit, about 27% in terms of comparing it to last year. But the months of inventory still remains in a balanced market. So here's the scenario where we have 4 regions. We had the Toronto, Durham, Peel, and York, and we looked at the detached segment. And if you're buying a detached home in the York region right now, it's a balanced market for you, right? It's not a seller's market, it's not a buyer's market, it's a balanced market. So let's say, for example, you were selling something in Toronto where the months of inventory is at 2.1, and you're moving to York region and you want to get maybe a bigger detached home. Guess what? You have the upper hand, because the market, although you're selling in the same time frame, these micro markets are completely different because of what is happening regionally. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this market report. I hope you liked it. Again, if you have any questions about other segments and how to kind of analyze the price point for your home, give me a call, 416-712-2006. If you would like me to do videos on other relevant real estate things that are going on, just let me know, and I can definitely put that perspective in a video and then shoot it out next month. Till then, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. And again, if you have any questions, you can either text me, 416-712-2006, reply to this email, or just call me. Thank you.